Do Not Send Help by Clair. My name is Rada Mila. I was a journalist. You may have heard my voice before. My radio program was an illegal broadcast called Beyond the Truth. In it, I denounced the leader of my country and spread anti-government propaganda in response to the news reported by the official channels. I believed I was serving my country and my people in doing this. I now recognize that I was wrong. I am speaking to you now by courtesy of the President of the People's Free Republic and with his kind permission to undo the damage I have done and tell you the truth. I wish to recant the lies and slurs I broadcast previously. I now recognize that my activities were not in my own interests or those of my fellow countrymen. I wish to atone for my past errors and give my heartfelt thanks to the President and the Democratic Council for the opportunity to make amends. In a previous programme, I alleged that the President had a number of mistresses, many of whom were of foreign extraction, whom he used to move money and valuables out of this country and into various safe houses and bank accounts around the world. I have now had the opportunity to meet with the President and his esteemed wife, Mrs. President, and they have assured me separately that this is not correct. The President has only one mistress, the respected actress named in my original broadcast, and she is a native of this country. Mr. President is a patriot and a father to his people, but he is still a man with a man's needs. Mrs. President confided in me that she and the respected actress get along famously and often take tea together. Mrs. President added further that she is grateful to the respected actress for taking some of the burden of Mr. President's marital demands from her. A man with the cares of the state on his shoulders cannot be expected to behave as other men, not limit himself to only one woman. The cars, house, jewellery and designer clothes of the respected actress have all been earned by the sweat of her brow. They are the rewards due to a talented artiste of international standing, not the spoils of a gold-digging whore, as I previously implied. Further to that, I would like to state that I am now satisfied that Mr. President's own cars, houses and overseas holdings are all entirely above board and purchased with the salary he earns as a servant of the state. He points out that his salary is far below what other world leaders of his standing, such as the American president, receive. He adds that he does not resent this, but accepts it humbly. The honour and privilege of serving my country is his true reward. But a leader must be respected, and it is the way of the world that wealth commands respect. He does not make the rules, but he must abide by them. Should a president drive around in a second-hand car? Should a president live in a tenement block in a stinking slum? Mr. President reminds me, and I remind my listeners, that he lived in a tenement block as a child and reached his present position by hard work and selfless dedication. Mr. President's early life, as portrayed in that very fine biographical film Leader, in which the aforementioned respected actress plays Mrs. President, was extremely hard. And so he understands the sufferings of his people, perhaps better than they do themselves. He has fought for his freedom and ours, and thrown off the yoke of the colonial oppressors. For this he should be thanked, not scorned. Every medal on his uniform has been paid for in blood. My audience with Mr. President was extremely agreeable. There were no other persons present except for the security detail which protects Mr. President from the threats posed by mad, violent and counter-revolutionary assassins. There were guns in the room, but they were not trained on me. Mr. President's own weapon is only for display. He showed it to me up close, so that I could admire its workmanship. I was not threatened, nor was I restrained during our interview. I have not been coerced. Mr. President is a wise and forgiving man. Therefore, he offered me a chance to take back my lying words and tell the world how things really stand in the People's Free Republic. The so-called protests have been badly misconstrued. The crowd was praising the president, not denouncing him. And it was terrorist infiltrators in the police who opened fire on those demonstrators who unfortunately died. These rogue elements have been ruthlessly weeded out. There is no dissent. There is no unrest. There is only peaceful demonstration from now on. And if many thousands of people should wish to march in gratitude for the peace and prosperity we currently enjoy, so be it. Let me be quite clear. Torture is not commonplace, nor is imprisonment without trial, nor summary execution. As for so-called disappearances, they happen every day, in every country in the world. If people wish, for whatever reason, to leave the People's Free Republic, they may do so. If they do not leave a forwarding address for their friends or family, that is their right. Far be it from the state or Mr. President himself to interfere. One last thing. Mr. President is an avid follower of the international news, as any great statesman must be. He is aware of the discussions at the UN concerning the People's Free Republic. He is wise to the imperialist ambitions of certain Western so-called democracies concerning our country. He is not a man to be trifled with. Invasion or infringement of the Republic's sovereignty will mean war, and it will be the people who suffer. He will weep for them, but it is they who will die. So, I implore you, if you are listening, wherever and whoever you are, do not intervene It is not needed. It is not wanted. It will not work. I am speaking from an undisclosed location, undisclosed even to me. It may be in the capital, perhaps in the secure presidential broadcasting suite beneath the Palace of the Republic. I cannot tell. I can only guess. For my own safety, I was not permitted to see where we were going when I was driven here. I am grateful to the President for his thoughtfulness in this matter. I cannot be found. I cannot be saved. So do not attempt to aid me. My family is safe and well. They have not been threatened or held to ransom. Our home was not invaded. My husband and children were not taken away. If they had been, they would not have been put in the holding cells beneath the Ministry of Justice. They would not have been beaten or starved. Such human rights abuses are beneath the dignity of a President of the People's Free Republic. I would certainly have not been made to watch. I am speaking freely and speaking the truth. There is no bar to my liberty, no threat to my life, no gun to my head. And so, I implore you again,